Pero iti apo nga gundaway, ket mo tayo met apong imutunan nga intay apo in padamag. Iribiyang nga po iti Department of Science and Technology. Ket agturong apo, iti apo probinsya tayo nga Ilocos Norte ng Runa, dito syudad Tilawag, gapo iti panakaysayangkat, iti National Science, Technology and Innovation Week, mga kabombo. Ket may saka iti paset, kada iti apo nga naso nga aktibidad, ket iti Loom Weaving Festival. Ket pakasignan din iti apo nga banag, atin pong makakapanayam live and exclusive si Dr. Julius Lianio Jr., ang Director 4 ng DOST Philippine Textile Research Institute. Dr. Lianio, good morning. You are live and exclusive in Bombo Radio Lawan.
Thank you very much. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat at magkabigat kayo amin na po.
Una po sa lahat, sir, bigyan nyo nga po kami ng background. Ano po itong Loom Weaving Festival, sir?
Ay nakapaloob po ito. Ito ang Philippine Handloom Weaving Festival. Isa po ito sa mga nakahanay na activities ng National Science, Technology and Innovation Week celebration. Ito pong NSTW ay unang beses po na lumibot dito sa Hilaga ng Luzon sapagkat galing na po ito sa Visayas at Mindanao sa nakaraang 2 taon at ngayon unang-una po na labas ng Metro Manila at ginanap po ito sa Lawag City. Kabahagi po ito yung Philippine Handloom Weaving Festival dahil alam niyo po ang science and technology talagang it overarches a very wide domain ika nga. So dala po natin ang mga makahabi mula sa iba't ibang mga probinsya sa Pilipinas at dati nagsimula itong conference, ngayon isa na siyang festival because it's meant to celebrate. At yun nga po ang mangyayari sa araw na to, magsisimula sapagkat sinimulan na po namin kagabi yung NSCW kickoff but today we are actually launching and commencing with the Philippine Handloom Weaving Festival. The very first actually, Handloom Weaving Festival.
Yes, sir. Sir, nasabi nyo, this is the very first Philippine Handloom Weaving Festival. So ano po yung nagtulak sa DOST PTRI upang buuin itong klaseng festival po na ito, sir?
Opo, actually sabi ko nga po kanina, nagsimula ito na conference. So nag-uusap, may mga eksperto, nakikinig yung ating mga manghahabi. Pero nakita namin, hindi po pwedeng ganito yung formula. Ang formula should be, natututo din tayo sa ating mga manghahabi. Antayin naman natin silang magsalita, makinig tayo. So it's one way by which government also, let's be more open. Kasi amo na dumaapo ket kasati amo tayo ket datay lat makaamo amin nga parang solbar ti problema da. But now this time we're here to listen. We're here to listen to their stories. Mangigtay met apo no anamit ti pagpadasan daw pagdadaanan da sa kanilang mga communities and by that we will be able to provide for them no anat solution or solutions that could actually be done in their community. So kaya po nabuo na naging festival siya. Festival kasi nga we are here to celebrate. We are here to actually let them feel, maramdaman nila na pinapahalagahan natin sila. Hindi lang yung mga telang nagagawa nila kundi sila mismo na mga hobby.
Ano po yung kumbaga nasabi po ninyo na ito'y sa dami po ng hawak ng DOST PTRI, bakit po ito yung binigyang pansin ang handloom weaving po sa pagkakataong po ito?
Well, actually, every year na po natin itong gagawin. So, ibig sabihin, mainstay. Marami po tayong mga programa, subalit ang handloom weaving po ang nagbibigay ng puso sa ating science and technology. Ano pong textile science and engineering po ay isang field of expertise. But if you remain to be just a scientist or an engineer, parang medyo walang puso. Alam mo naman sa Pilipinas, we have to also put our hearts dun sa ating ginagawa, whether pananaliksik man yan o kung anong klaseng activity. So, this handloom weaving actually puts the heart, the culture in it, and isa na po ito sa mga mainstay na activities ng ating institute bilang pagpapahalaga at bilang pagpupugay sa kultura at pagsasanib ng kultura, ng sining at ng agham sa pamamagitan ng handloom weaving.
Dr. Lianio, yung tema po natin, Pinoy atela iti panagabel iti baro a Pilipinas, anaandor na duras ken natalget. Ano po yung ibig sabihin po nito, sir?
It's dalalim pong Ilocano. We consulted even a very good friend, actually, nasa Hawaii na. Because, I know very well of Ilocano grammar, but I am not anak na eksperto apo. So we have to consult because the Filipino translation of that actually was Telang Pinoy. Telang Pinoy was mentioned by the President in his last SONA. So, ang Filipino translation po kasi talaga nun is Telang Pinoy sa paghabi ng isang matatag, maginhawa at panatag na bagong Pilipinas. But basically, that ay matatag, maginhawa at panatag na bagong Pilipinas is an aspiration of the Philippines. That's actually part of the Philippine Development Plan. So, gusto natin na i-anchor ano ang relevance ng Telang Pinoy sa ating pagkamit ng isang matatag, maginhawa at panatag na bagong Pilipinas. Of course, bagong Pilipinas because that's what the banner of the Marcos administration is. So we align our programs such that hindi tayo kalat. And by saying na Telang Pinoy, we actually rally behind our own fabrics, Kasi Amoy Apoket na bayag quite a long time. Matagal na po na hindi tayo gumagamit ng sarili nating tela. Palagi pong imported yan. Most likely 80 to 90% po ng mga tela na ginagamit natin sa Pilipinas ay hindi po natin gawa. So ang gusto po natin ngayon, ibalik natin yan dahil bubuhayin po niya hindi lamang po ang isang industriya, bubuhayin din po niya mas lalo ang ating pagka-Pilipino. So that's basically what the theme is. We want to make textiles be part of our consciousness towards a strong, resilient, and prosperous country.
Sir Julius, paano po nakakatulong yung mga aktibidad tulad ng Hinabi Textile Bazaar at Techno Demo Weaving Workshop sa pagpapalawak po ng kaalaman ng mga manghahabi, sir?
Well, hindi lang po manghahabi, actually even the general public, we have to also, educate ourselves. At magsisimula po yan sa general public. Yung iba hindi alam hindi natin na-appreciate yung meron dito sa ating mga ginagawa. So, napakaganda po because the provincial government of Ilocos Norte even have an exhibit na magpapakita ng ating mga traditional na handlooms. Actually, hiniram pa yata nila yun mula sa Sarat, sa Paway, at I think they even got one from Pinili. It's also one way for us to show na ito yung ginagamit natin ngayon, ito yung posibilidad with science, technology, and innovation. And why workshops? Why demo? Because we want them to feel. Kailangan makita mo alam mo, mas madaling matuto kapag nahahawakan, nagagawa mo. So, until you are in front of the loom, hindi mo mai-imagine na ganito pala ang maghabi. So, it's an interactive thing. You will be able to talk to the weavers. You're able to experience the loom. Alam mo, ang experience sa loom, both kamay, paa, at utak, it's all there. You may demo workshops, so you can also dye your own yarn. So, it's an experience. So, yun po yung gusto nating mangyari. Because as I said, hindi po ito ordinary ang pagtitipon. Ito po isang festival. Ito isang pagdiriwang ng ating kultura at pagdiriwang ng, ang sinabi ko rin kanina, pagsasanib ng agham at ng sining.
Okay. Sir, sa Kathabi Exhibit, ano po yung mga pangunahing inobasyong tampok ng DOST PTRI, sir?
Okay, unang-una po makikita niyo siyempre mga tela. Tela mula sa iba't ibang lupalop ng Pilipinas. Pero ang iba po dito ngayon, hindi na po ito gamit ang polyester o di kaya gamit yung ating mga sinulid na hindi naman environment friendly o di kaya sinulid na galing sa ibang bansa. This time, first time, makikita niyo na ang ginamit natin ay ating ang mga likas na hibla, natural fibers, ika nga, so may abaka, makakakita kayo ng pinya, makakakita tayo ng cotton. Ang cotton po, naimula J. Pinili. It was planted there, spun, and then it was made into yarns na abel, and then you will see them there being used by our communities, hindi lang po sa Northern Luzon, but all throughout the Philippines. So that's what you will see during the exhibition. At ang maganda dito ay napapakita natin kung ano, hindi lamang kung ano yung pagkakaiba ng ating mga tela, kundi yung pagkakakilanlan din ng ating mga tela. And then you'll be able to see there's really something that is shared across cultures, the weaving culture at least, and something that is shared across all the islands of the Philippines. So maganda po siyang makita at maganda rin po siyang ma-experience.
Sir, para po sa mga kakailian po natin na gusto makipag-participate po sa activity po natin na ito, sa Textile Exchange and Fora po, ano po yung inaasahan po nating mga topics na madidiscuss, sir?
Unang-una po, yung may mga demo po tayo. So yung sa mga estudyante o baka meron po kayong mga gustong magsimula na mag-handloom weaving o di kaya you just wanted to get a feel. Puntahan niyo po kami. I think sa bukas po ang una pong masasalang ay yung ang tawag nito, mga hands-on demo sa hand spinning, sa pagtitina, pagkukulay ng ating mga hibla at mga sinulid. That's the first day. And then ang second naman will be the Philippine Ikat Symposium. Pag-uusapan yung konsepto ng ikat. Ano ba yung ikat? Yung ikat po yung tinatalian mo yung sinulid and then idaday mo and then pag tinanggal mo yung tali, yung hindi natalian ay hindi nakulayan. So that basically makes the design. So yung concept po na yan ay isang widespread culture across Southeast Asia and even across the world. Makikita po natin na i-discuss ngayon ng iba-iba nating mga eksperto mula sa Ifugao, even in Mindanao, kung ano yung kultura ng ikat. And in the last leg is mag-uusap po yung ating mga manghahabi, yung ating mga weavers, si Gitagab Abel, mag-uusap sila with our fashion designers para makita rin po nila ano ba ang direksyon, ano ba ang gusto, ano ba ang kulay, ano ba ang klase ng tela ang kailangan nating i-produce. So, those will be featured there and the public of course is invited. Umay kayo po, kikita tayo ito, it will be at an event that will last until Saturday. It's an experience for all of you to also partake and be involved in.
Sir, paano po nakakatulong yung agham at teknolohiya sa pagpapahusay o pagpapaganda po ng kalidad at merkado ng mga lokal na habi?
Well, science, technology, and innovation po is the cornerstone of any improvement on the material or maybe even the business. Sustainability is a very big word. Alam mo, ang sustainability, hindi lamang po yan environmental sustainability. Meron din tayong economic sustainability. Anong ibig sabihin? Meron bang business? Yung business ba na to kikita? Yung business ba ito tatagal? And then you also have the socio-economic or the socio-cultural part, which is mag-i-improve ba talaga ang buhay ng ating mga kababayan involved in textiles. So, the sustainability effort is part of our campaign. Gusto natin ang science, technology, innovation makapag-provide ng marami pang ibang sinulid. Ngayon, alam lang po natin yung cotton kasi nga tinatanim natin dito. Pero alam niyo po ba, ang saluyot, pwede rin maging sinulid yan, pwede rin maging hibla. Bamboo has already been developed. Yung water hyacinth na problema natin sa ating mga waterways na nagkaklag sa ating mga drains and canals, they can also be source of fibers and many more. So napakalaki po ng mga kwento tungkol doon sa ating mga natural fibers. Datayong Ilocano apoket, ti saluyot si daentay lang. Yung datakit makita tayo mabalinpay no malaylay ton by November, December amoy datay tangkay na apoket isot pagapuan at sinulid na. I mean fiber na. So and then you have the dyes, iba-ibang halaman naman na nagbibigay ng kulay, talisay, atsuete, etc. They can also give very vibrant natural colors. So all of these are just part of the material development. May engineering pa yan, paano ba gumawa ng sinulid, and so many more, even digital technology. So I cannot start and not end quickly i-discuss po yung dami ng pwedeng gamitin ang science and technology to improve not just the way we do and make textiles, but actually the way we improve lives through textiles. So it's really our proposition. Yun rin po ang reason kaya hinawakan at inaccept po ng PTRI yung challenge to be able to do something for the industry.
Sir, dito sa Ilocos Norte, alam naman natin na yung may mga loom weavers din tayo, may mga abel, binakol, at alam naman natin na ito'y lumang parte na ng kultura ng Ilocos Norte. So ano po yung mahalagang papel ng DOST PTRI upang sa gayon ay maipagpatuloy po yung sining po na ito sa paghahabi sa harap ng modernisasyon, sir?
Well, unang-una po, kailangan natin may materyales. That's why kasama po nung ating pagdiriwang, kasi tuhog-tuhog po ito, no? Bukas po, ilo-launch din natin, very soft launch, yung ating Regional Yarn Production and Innovation Center, J. Bintar, Ilocos Norte, Apo. Ti kurang tayo ito Ilocos, kat awan pagaramidan tayo ti sinulid ng maabel. Uray di gito'y kaaruba tayo nga probinsya, medyo wala po silang gamit. Apayao, even Abra, even Kalinga, even Pangasinan. So wala pong source ng sinulid. How can we continue on the culture? How can we continue on weaving? So that is also part of what we did. We tried to strengthen po yung ating infrastructure by putting up only the third in the Philippines. Yung first po nasa Miagao, Iloilo. Yung pangalawa po ay nasa Ilagan, Isabela. And now of course, the third one will be in Vintar, Ilocos Norte, that will be able to produce around 150 kilograms po of cotton yarns per day. Amoy apokit dakil dito no pagbibingayan na gito'y agab-abel. So it's a nice way for us to complement and provide our weavers materials that they can actually use for handloom weaving. So that is just one of the so many interventions that we have para po matuloy-tuloy na maipush natin yung ating agenda for textiles here. Marami pa po yung bamboo. I think Batak is also interested, and I think Bintar is also interested to put up their bamboo textile fiber innovation hub. Amoy po yung bamboo trunk, you can actually deconstruct it and then get a fiber from it. A fiber, i-blend mo, nayon ng cotton, add cotton, and then you can make yarns. Diyan po ay gustong gawin ng Batak City at ang Bintar, Ilocos Norte. And this is part of sustaining handloom weaving here in the province, and not just in the province, but also other provinces nearby Ilocos Norte.
Sir, nabanggit nyo nga po yung Regional Yarn Production and Innovation Center. So paano po ito gumagana, sir? At ano po yung mga teknolohiya yung ginagamit po natin sa pasilidad po na ito, sir?
Well, it's para siyang pabrika, maliit na pabrika. Actually, if you get to visit it, no amoy dito yung Bacara Road apong agpapagod-pod ket no you turn right, you go to Vintar. That exact nga linya apo, that's where you will find the facility. It's a complete line. Kahit nasa wen, no, inserect ko to, dagitay na yung na-harvest na cotton from Pinili, by the time it gets out of the facility, sinulid na po iyon. Yun po yung meron doon. It's a spinning system. It's really a very highly mechanical process, and it's meant really to provide us with yarns locally. Patno hang agap-kapot panilan apot, sa renta ito yung maabel, and more importantly, maaramid, kan mausar tayo, dagitay na imula nga cotton also here in Ilocos Norte.
Sir, paano po nakakatulong yung RYPIC sa pagsulong ng inclusive development at sustainable livelihood sa rehiyon?
Wow, alam mo ang textiles mahaba siya, yung kaniyang impact, mula sa farmer na nagtatanim ng cotton hanggang do'n sa magpo-process, hanggang sa magwe-weave, hanggang sa fashion designer, hanggang tayo mismo na gumagamit. So it's a very long and wide value chain, ika nga, yun ang technical term niya. So by doing that, by doing the RIPIC, ibig sabihin nito namo-mobilize niya because the upstream, meaning yung pagtatanim, problema natin yun. Walang gumagamit, wala tayong mapagbentahan. Gusto natin magtanim ng cotton. Saan mo papagawa yung cotton na natanim mo? Sinong bibili? No? So, it's government's way to help us out by providing, of course, once medyo capital intensive po yun. So, government's providing for the funds for it to be set up para po, as I said, mamobilize natin yung ating mga farmers. You know, ang Ilocos Norte po, the longest time in our history, even during the Spanish time, and I think even before that, was already planting cotton and was weaving cotton. So, hindi po ito kakaiba sa ating kultura and we're just trying to revive it. And ang maganda po is, yun nga, hindi lang mga hobby yung nagiging beneficiary, even our own farmers and even our own town folks.
Sir, paano po nakaugnay yung RYPIC Ilocos Norte sa Republic Act number 9242 o yung Philippine Tropical Fabrics Law, sir?
Well, ang Philippine Tropical Fabrics Law, actually, ito po ay isa na number one advocacy natin kasi ang nakakatuwa, ang gobyerno po ay talagang minandato ng batas na gumamit ng sarili nating tela. Ang problema, wala tayong produksyon kasi nga matagal pong natulog yung ating textile industry. Makakatulong po yung RIPIC na ito because it will allow us na maka-generate or makagawa ng sinulid na pwede nating gamitin nang maging compliant yung ating mga uniforme sa 9242. That's the law. So ibig sabihin, the more cotton that will be there, the more blended cotton with pineapple maybe or any other fibers, kaya't nasa na po is we have higher chances of producing the yarns that's needed to produce the fabrics or the Philippine tropical fabrics na talaga pong minamandato ng batas na gamitin ng mga empleyado ng gobyerno. Hindi lang po ito yung Lunes na sinabi ng civil service. Actually, 4 na araw po dapat naka-uniforme tayo using Philippine tropical fabrics. Tingnan po natin siya sa pagkakataon na ito ay opportunity for us to also help the industry and to also revive the Philippine textile industry. So, ganun po kalawak at kalaki yung magiging impact ng ginagawa natin in Ilocos Norte doon sa even the national compliance to our existing laws.
Sir, maliban po doon, paano naman naiuugna yung proyekto pong ito sa Tatak Pinoy Vision ng pamahalaan?
Well, ang Tatak Pinoy po is really authentic Filipino. How can you be more authentic? Kung galing na mismo sa iyong sariling lupa, galing na mismo sa inyong sariling probinsya, galing mismo sa kamay ng inyong mga sariling mga tao. So this is really very aligned, not just in spirit, but also in the legal terms to the Tatak Pinoy strategy, which was basically also ratified or promulgated by the President lately. So, very recently, So, ibig sabihin po, talagang nag-a-align yung ating efforts because, the Tatak Pinoy is not necessarily a DOST initiative, but that's how science, technology, and innovation empowers, enables our existing laws para po patuloy na makakreate siya ng pagkakataon para sa ating mga manghahabi.
Sir, yung mga maproproduce na mga sinulid o yarn dito sa RYPIC Ilocos Norte, pwede pong ipadala sa iba't ibang parte ng bansa, sir?
Yes, actually, alam niyo po, nag-aantay yung ating mga kapatid sa Apayao. I was actually in touch with the weavers. Siyempre, alam niyo, Apayao is also a landlocked province. They have, technically a landlocked province. So, wala silang access to new materials. And they also get their cotton from Manila. So, ang sabi nila is, mas malapit ito than, of course, the Ilagan facility. So, why not get it from Ilocos Norte? Amoy apot yung trade ko nito is, yung interaction is, Apayao has a very good pineapple industry. Agbulmula that pineapple. So, this pineapple is also the source of fiber na mabalin or they can actually give it to Ilocos Norte para po ma-blend sa cotton and they could produce, cotton pineapple yarns which could also be woven. So, ito po yung iniisip natin na interaction. Abra is also a very big player. We are also looking at possibly supplying Abra for the meantime and also Kalinga and maybe even as far as La Union and Pangasinan. So that's how massive the impact of this facility is. Maliit po yung 150 kilos per day pero mas maganda na po na meron kesa sa wala. So sisimulan po natin dito and we'll just take it by the day how to improve and expand the facility.
So ano po yung nakikita po nating epekto nito sa hinaharap ng industriya ng tela sa bansa, sir?
Well, it is meant to catalyze regional activities. Amoy po, ang tela ay hindi pwedeng Manila lang, hindi pwede pong sa pabrika lang, Hindi rin pwedeng handloom weaving lang kahit na isinusulong natin yun talaga. It has to be inclusive, not just through different layers in society or different production scale. Dapat po inclusive din siya geographically. Marami po tayong isla, marami pa tayong mga probinsya, hindi necessarily magkakakabit, magkakadugtong. But this is one way for us to start individual textile ecosystems across the Philippines. And the Ilocos region, Northern Luzon in particular, is a textile ecosystem. At ang gusto pa natin mangyari ay mabigyan ng pagkakataon that you can actually use your own materials, produce it locally, and generate as much textile activities in the region as much as possible. And that's exactly how we align our RIPIC activities and even the Handloom Weaving Festival to the revival and revitalization of textiles ito Depaan at Amyanan.
Sir, Dr. Julius, ngayon pa lang nagpapasalamat na kami, lalong-lalo na yung mga loom weavers natin dito sa Ilocos Norte. Paniguradong nagpapasalamat sila dahil malaking tulong ito, hindi lamang sa kanila, kundi yung kultura, tradisyon ng probinsya at iba pang lugar dito sa Pilipinas. At maliban dito, sir, idagdag na rin natin, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, kahapon lamang ay naganap din yung himig at hobby. So maaari niyo po ba kaming kwentuhan kung kamusta po yung naging aktibidad po kahapon?
Napakasaya po. Kagabi was the official launch of the National Science and Technology and Innovation Week. The Secretary of the Department of Science and Technology was there, of course, to witness. And one of the highlights of the opening ceremony is yung atin pong himig at hobby. It's a combination of two of our technologies. Siyempre, pag tinitingnan mo, ano ba ito? Bakit parang cultural? DOST yung kausap natin. But, this is actually a showcase. Yung tumugtog po na musical para dun sa fashion event was actually mga kawayan na dinevelop din po as musical instrument. So that was also one technology by itself, set of technologies. At nakagawa po sila ng musical instruments, yun po yung ginamit na pangsaliw doon po sa naging fashion show. And of course, the fashion event featured fabrics that were developed kasama po yung ating mga hobby across the Philippines, so as far as Davao and as far as the Barm region. So kasama po yung collection na yan, and then there was also one from Ilocos. Of course, Ian Raquel featured his collection as well. So 6 po yata yung designers yesterday that featured their own designs during the show. At ito po ay napakagandang panimula at napakagandang pagpupugay sa pagsasanib ng agham at sining. And textiles is really one of the best examples na makita po natin ito na nagsasanib. And ito po ay paunang pakita at marami pa po kayong makikita during the entire duration of the Philippine Handloom Weaving Festival kasi po talagang itinatampok po natin yung ating mga na-develop na mga tela, hindi lamang po ng PTRI but we develop it with the weavers and with the communities.
Kahapon nga po, sir, nabisita ko yung ilang mga exhibit po natin at napakasayang isipin na yung science and technology, hindi lang pala siya para sa pagpapayabong ng teknolohiya, kundi makakatulong pa rin siya sa pagpapayabong din pala ng kultura ng ating bansa. So maraming salamat, sir. Pero bago natin tapusin po yung interview po natin, imbitahin na po natin yung listeners, viewers, para sa mga susunod pang mga events po ng DOST dito sa Ilocos Norte.
Okay, unang-una po sa lahat, ongoing po ang National Science and Technology and Innovation Week sa buong duration po until Friday. At nagkalat po ito sa Lawag City. Meron po sa iba-ibang mga location. I think MMSU, meron sa Centennial Arena, meron sa Lawag City, City Hall, etc. So marami po, check out the NSCW Facebook page. Pero kabahagi po ng NSCW ay yung Philippine Handloom Weaving Festival. So inaanyayahan ko po kayo, magbubukas po ito mamayang 1:30 ng hapon sa Robinsons po dito sa San Nicolas. At itatampok po natin hindi lamang po yung ating mga hobby. Actually, we have 120 weavers from across the Philippines who join us. Actually, some Garak Apo, if I recall and enumerate the names of the provinces that they represent, but these are really the master weavers of the entire Philippines, and they are here visiting us into Ilocos Norte. And you will see them later. You will see them until Saturday. Marami pong features doon. There will be a bazaar, an exhibit. Pero ang pinakamagandang makita po ninyo ay kung gaano kadami at kagaganda ang mga tela na ginagawa across the Philippines. And pumunta po kayo, huwag lang po manood, bumili, sapagkat marami po silang dalang tela doon. Katulad po ng suot ko ngayon, gawa po ito ng nagbakalan weavers dito po sa Paway. So it's a very good way to send a tribute to them as well. May kayo apo, and then let's try to feel and see how important it is to support each other through our textiles and how important it is to truly wear something Filipino. And there's no better way. Amo yun, datay nga Ilocano apo ket agtitinulong tayo nga talaga that this is the best way for us to help each other, wear our own fabrics, and more importantly, ipakita tayo apo no kasano nga kabara ti pinang pasangbay tayo digito nga nakadado ng weavers across the Philippines in the very first Philippine Handloom Weaving Festival. So it will run from today until Saturday, and we will be more than happy and willing and proud to, of course, welcome you at the Robinsons in San Nicolas.
Dr. Julius, maraming salamat po sa pagbisita po ninyo sa Bamboradio Lawag. Magandang umaga po.
Magandang umaga.